Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you do not miss any video lesson from RAU'S.
Hello and welcome to another session of Daily Prelims Practice. Here we take up questions based on important articles that have featured in the Hindu and Indian Express newspaper. The themes that we are going to discuss are displayed on your screen. Let's begin the discussion.
Hello students, there is an announcement for you regarding the optional classes which we at RAU'S IAS are starting at Bengaluru and New Delhi Center. The optional paper of Public Administration will be taken up by Anubhav Sharma sir at the Bengaluru campus on 26 September from 3:30 pm. For the history optional subject, orientation class at the Bengaluru campus will be taken up by Parampreet Singh sir on 27th of September from 3:30 pm. And the orientation for geography as an optional subject will be taken up by Indrajit Bariyar sir on 27th September from 6 pm. So these three subjects will be taken up at Bengaluru Center. Shobik Sen sir will take up the optional classes for Psychology optional at New Delhi on 28th of September from 3:30 pm. And this will be followed up by the orientation class of Sociology by Dr. Surendra Singh sir on 28th of September from 6 pm onwards. On 29th September, the orientation class will be taken up for PSIR optional by Rahul Puri sir from 3:30 pm. Whereas on the same day, that is on 29th September from 6 pm onwards, orientation classes for the history optional will be taken up by Kritika ma'am and Mathimaran Raju sir. Next, on 30th of September, the orientation class for public administration will be taken up by Dr. V.K. Kaushik sir from 3:30 pm, which will be followed up by the orientation class for geography optional at New Delhi campus from 6 pm on 30th of September by Vineet Thaplu sir. Now these orientation classes will be conducted both online and also in the offline mode. And these classes you can interact with your teachers about the optional subjects, the nature of questions asked, and also the syllabus provided by UPSC.
So the first question that we are going to take up today is related to this news, which talks about mobile application Jal Doot, which has been launched by government to capture data on groundwater levels. As we know that UPSC has been asking questions based on digital initiatives by the government. Like in 2016, UPSC has asked question based on Swayam initiative. So let's take up today's practice MCQ. The question is, with reference to Jal Doot mobile application, consider the following statements. You have to identify the incorrect statements. First statement is, the app will be used to capture the water levels of all the wells in every village once a year. Now this statement is incorrect, as the app will be used to capture the water levels of 2 or 3 open wells in every village twice a year. Now the second statement is, it is developed by the Ministry of Earth Sciences, which is also incorrect. It is jointly developed by the Rural Development and Panchayati Raj Ministries to monitor the groundwater levels across the country. Now the third statement says the mobile app will work in both online and offline modes. This statement is correct, as it will work in online and offline modes to ensure that lack of internet connectivity does not come in the way of the exercise. So, as we have to find the incorrect statements, option A would be your answer. That is 1 and 2 only. Inspiration for our next question is based on this news, which talks about the DART experiment that has been done by NASA. Previously, UPSC has been asking questions based on developments in space research. Like in 2015, it has asked questions based on Goldilocks zone. So let's take up today's practice MCQ. As we have already covered basics of DART experiment in yesterday's session, we'll be taking up a basic question on asteroids. Question is, with reference to asteroids, consider the following statements. Statement 1. It is a large celestial body mainly composed of ice and dust. This statement is incorrect, as this description is more related to comet, whereas an asteroid is a small to large rocky object. Now the second statement is, most asteroids are found in ring between the orbit of Mercury and Venus. called as the asteroid belt, which is again an incorrect statement, as most asteroids are found in a ring between the orbit of Mars and Jupiter called as asteroid belt. So as we have to find the correct statement, our answer would be neither one nor two, that is D. Our next question is based on this news, which is about findings of quarterly employment survey, which is a part of the All India Quarterly Establishment Based Employment Survey, that is AQEES. As we have seen, UPSC in 2022 has asked about an agency which compiles information related to all these data. So let's take up today's practice MCQ. The question is, which among the following employment survey reports is /R published by the Labour Bureau in India? First, Periodic Labour Force Survey Report. Now this report is published by NSO and not Labour Bureau. So you can eliminate option A. Second is Payroll Reporting. Now this report is again prepared by NSO. So by this you can eliminate option B and option C. Now through this process of elimination, your answer would be D, that is 3 only. Quarterly Employment Survey, which is published by Labour Bureau. It measures employment situation in selected non-farm industrial sector. It covers 8 major sectors, that is manufacturing, construction, trade, transport, education, etc. The next question is based on this news which featured in the Indian Express newspaper. The news was about National Green Tribunal dismissing a case related to grant of forest clearance for the Dihang-Dibang project. Now, National Park and Biosphere Reserves have been a recurring theme in UPSC Civil Services Prelims examination. As you can see, in 2013, it has asked a question based on rivers flowing through the national parks, while in 2015, it has asked question based on unique feature of a national park. So let's take up today's practice MCQ. Question is, consider the following statements. You have to find the incorrect statement out of these 3 statements. First is, Kaziranga National Park lies in Assam, but Dihang-Dibang Biosphere Reserve is shared between Assam and Arunachal. This statement is incorrect, as the Dihang-Dibang Biosphere Reserve lies in the Indian state of Arunachal only. Now the second statement is, Kaziranga has flat expanses of fertile alluvial soil, while Dihang-Dibang has a natural vegetation stretching from the tropics to mountain tundra. Now this statement is correct, as an important fact relating to the Dihang-Dibang Biosphere Reserve is that it has a natural vegetation stretching in an unbroken sequence from the tropics to the mountain tundra. Now third statement says, being located in close vicinity to each other, both Kaziranga and Dihang-Dibang are famous for rhinoceros. Now this statement is incorrect, as the current distribution of rhinos is limited to 3 states, that is Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal and Assam. So as we have to find the incorrect statements, our answer would be C, that is 1 and 3 only. The next question is based on this news which talks about Swedish firm to make a shoulder-fired weapon system Carl Gustaf M4 in India. So today we will be taking up a practice MCQ based on defense sector in India. UPSC has been asking questions based on various developments in defense sector, as in 2018 it has asked a question based on terminal high altitude defense, that is THAAD. Question is, consider the following statements regarding recent developments in the defense sector by India. You have to identify the correct statements. Statement 1. Ordnance Factory Board has been corporatized to ensure more efficiency. Now this statement is correct, As defense sector reforms under Atmanirbhar Bharat, Ordnance Factory Board has been corporatized as 7 PSUs. This step will bring these entities under the purview of the Companies Act and would lead to improvement in efficiency, make products cost competitive and enhance their quality. Now the second statement is the FDI limit for defense manufacturing under automatic route has been revised to 49%. Now this statement is incorrect as under the Atmanirbhar Bharat the FDI limit for defense manufacturing under automatic route has been revised to 74%. Now the third statement is 2 defense industrial corridors have been established in Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh to boost indigenization. Now this statement is correct because as a part of Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, the defense industrial corridors have been established in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu with an aim to attract over 10,000 crore investment in each of the 2 defense industrial corridor. So as we have to find the correct statement, our option would be C, 1 and 3 only. So the last question for today is based on this news which highlights how warming of oceans have resulted into hurricanes getting stronger and faster. Questions related to cyclonic phenomena have featured frequently in UPSC examination. Like in 2015, it has asked reasons why cyclone does not originate in South Atlantic and Southeastern Pacific regions. Now let's take up today's question. Question is, with reference to the formation of tropical cyclones, consider the following conditions. You have to identify the conditions which are must for formation of a tropical cyclone. The first condition given here is low vertical wind shear. Now this is a must require condition for formation of tropical cyclone as it is necessary to have similar wind speeds at different level so that the eye of cyclone doesn't get decoupled. Second is sufficient warm temperature at sea surface. This is also a required condition as it ensures sufficient and regular moisture supply. Third is presence of Coriolis force. This is also a required condition as existence of low pressure at the center is a must for formation of a cyclone, and absence of Coriolis force will result in winds rushing in toward the center and thus dissipation of the cyclone. So our answer would be D, that is 1, 2 and 3. That is it for today. Stay tuned for further updates.